Hello everyone, good day.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi.
Good evening.
Alright, so we can start the discussion. Starting with you, Cozy. Do you have any updates?
No updates, concerning editor. No updates from Query.
Okay, alright. Yeah, so fine. The plan for this week would be to continue with the feed optimization and also to complete the custom configurations where we have to implement those changes. We have to remove the scale element from the list and also the elements which already have a relationship with the other component. So those changes that we discussed last week, those have to be completed and deployed as soon as possible. I'm expecting by tomorrow evening it should be live for people to use. So be in touch with Vision. I could not get in touch with him today. He's not online. So after this meeting, yeah, yeah. So I'm sure he would be because he has a meeting in the next 30 minutes. So he would be online. So be in touch with him, message him, and let him know that tomorrow by the afternoon or latest by tomorrow evening, the changes should be, everything should be up to date and deployed because people are using scales and they would face a difficulty later. So that should be a first priority now. Yeah.
Okay.
So from that you can continue with the other. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and optimization. You said optimization of the skills, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. Well, we're actually, Ambrose and I have been looking into it. So, hopefully, we will be done by the end of the week. Optimize some aspects, um, because we have to transfer the optimization to the other skills fields too. Yeah. So I think that's basically it. It's, but we still need to make some minor research on what Manich said. So that's just what's causing any delay. Well, that can be done.
Yes, yeah, completely. So you can do your research, and Manish and I, we are also in constant touch, and we are also doing our own research in and looking for ways that we can make everything work better, both on the scales and the editor side. So on editor side, there are still some optimization needed for all the components, actually, not just for the scales. So the team is already working on that. So the scales would be optimized from the editor end as well, and from our API end and from the dual connection and event function, everything. That optimization also we have to do, and also while creating our scales and other things, that code needs to be optimized. Manish has already discussed that with you, so I don't want to go into it again. So you can work on the suggestions that he has given, and as we discussed this morning, we would have new people coming in. So what we'll do is we'll get two more new programmers for the backend, and one would be under you, Cozy, and one would be under you, Ambrose. So then these programmers, they can continue the optimization. So you can guide them what has to be done and other things, and they would continue the optimization, and then you would work on the new versions of the editor. So I'll be discussing the designs with the editor, with the new versions of the scales and the editor design. All those things I'll discuss that with Eric today or tomorrow. And then once the design is finalized, I'll share the logic with you, and we can continue with the new updates then. Yeah.
That's clear. Yeah, that's clear.
Okay. So first priority is completing the custom config. So Ambrose, I've already mentioned it to Cozy. The changes that we discussed with the custom config, those are not implemented yet. So get in touch with Vision, and by tomorrow afternoon, I want everything to be working properly and deployed because people are using scales, so they might face difficulties, and we don't want that to happen now. So that should be our first priority.
Okay. All right.
Actually, for the form, yeah, I had a call with Vision during the weekend. He's working on it, but I'll get the reply today.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's wait for his reply then. All right. So that is it from my side for you both. You can continue with the tasks we discussed, and as and when we get new programmers, we'll be adding them to the team, and you have to take them through the entire implementation, and they would continue with the improvements and the other optimizations.
Yeah, this is understood.
Okay. All right, great then. Next, Omar. Hi. Hi, good afternoon. Yes, are you ready with the demo that I asked you?
Yeah, I am ready, but the static API is causing error. Just now I have checked. Like previously, it was not causing any error, and I shared the same.
Static API. What is the issue that you're getting?
I don't know. Like it's returning response 404, and I didn't even touch the code, but it's showing response 404.
Have you checked the process ID? Is it same or is it dynamic?
Is it the process ID is dynamic and it's being created randomly in the system? And I have tried refreshing page multiple times, but I'm getting the same response. And also the process sequence ID and the series. Do it any effect on the response or is it just fine?
No, it does not have any effect on the response. So process sequence ID is for just like the process ID. If we have a unique process ID number, and similar to that, there is also a process sequence ID that depends on the workflow ID. So those are not included anywhere in the calculation. So process sequence ID won't cause you any problem. You can give it any number. And the series number also, it should be same as the number of series that you're passing. So it does not cause any problem. Even if it is not in alignment with the number of series, it should not cause any problem to you. I don't think that is the issue. I'll check. Give me a minute. I'll check what has happened.
Okay.
Normality works fine.
It's not going to normality because we are getting.
Yeah, but have you individually checked normality whether it is working or not?
Not I have not. Let me check.
Okay, do it.
Okay. So I wanted to remind you, you wanted to add Umar to the editor meeting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember.
Yes, for clarification of the documentation, because we are supposed to have a meeting after this. Maybe I go through the explanation a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, correct. So what we can do is, since you all are still to complete the custom configuration and other things are not complete, that's why I haven't added Omar yet to that meeting, because you all will be discussing those things there right now. So once that is complete, then we can add Omar to the FNC server, and you can have a meeting with Vision and him and explain him everything. So by that time, if we have to continue, we can have a meeting here in this discussion room itself, 3 of you, and you all can take him through the implementations.
All right.
Omar, can you check now if it is working or not? Statrix.
Just a second. Yes, it's fine now.
All right, all right. So the problem was with the validity of the website link. So what happens is we are using a free account, free Python Anywhere account for this particular API. So every account has a 3 months validity after which the website has to be reloaded. So that's what happened. It expired yesterday. So I have reloaded everything, and now the validity has gone ahead for next 3 months. So now everything would work fine. So that was a problem.
Okay, all right.
All right, okay. Yeah, so now can you show me a demo of the report that you're getting?
Yeah. Am I visible to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is what our response window is looking right now. It is dynamic because I have this is our product ID and this is our document number.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so and this is how these are the results for the evaluation study API. And below that, we have the normality API.
Okay. Can you scroll up? I can see the title. I had asked you to change the title to evaluation module. That is not implemented yet, I can see.
I think
not
I
that. Yeah.
This one?
No, not that. The title that you're using for Statrix, when you're passing the data to the API, at that time you have to assign a title for the document. Scroll down. You can go to the normality section. Scroll. The normality, yeah. Here you see normality API response details. So here title is backend testing. So this title comes from Statrix. So while you are sending data to the Statrix, at that time you have to set a title as evaluation module. So that later when we filter out the data and we want to see what are the results that are coming from the evaluation module, in that case we would filter using this title only.
And it should be evaluation module.
Yeah, evaluation hyphen module. Okay, fine. This should be, yeah, underscore or hyphen. Yeah, okay. This should be the title.
All right. And for the optimization point of view, I have changed the code.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of using method groups and all the stuff, I have used built-in functions and things like that. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So single document level, I think this report looks fine. We need to do similar things on multiple documents that as we discussed last week. We can have, say now, if there are 10 users, 10 students who are taking up an exam, and after they have submitted all their responses, we would want to generate a cumulative report for all these 10 students. So we will have average scores and other things. So for that, we will generate a report. So for every student individually, there would be one report. If there are 10 students, there would be 10 individual reports for each student for their performance. And then there will also be one cumulative report that would be the report for an entire section, like an entire class. If there are 10 students in a class, then what is the performance of the entire class? So in that case, we will have average performances. So here right now, what you have is you are passing a single list because it is one document. Later, when we have multiple reports, in that case, to the normality API, you will pass 10 different lists. So one list corresponds to one student. So that way, the payload would be different in the multiple reports case. So that functionality you need to start implementing. So you can start the discussions with Ambrose and Cozy and understand how the documents are being generated and what parameters would you need to pass to this function so that it works on a multiple document level as well. And then you can prepare a prototype and show it to me, and then later on we'll see. if any improvements if needed, we can make that.
All right.
Okay. All right, you can stop sharing your screen. Thank you, Umar.
All right.
So Cozy Ambrose, be in touch with Vision today, complete the config part, and then after that, you can start the discussions with Umar for the evaluation module.
Okay, sure, we'll inform Umar when we're having the discussion.
Okay. Umar, by that time, what you can do is you can go through the code base for the NPS. What are the different APIs that we're using for document creation, dynamic instance generation on document level? There is an API that we're using. So that code base you can go through and try to understand how that API works.
Where is the this? Like, is this the
Yeah, same repository, GitHub. In the NPS folder, you would find that API as well. I'll share the API name and the details with you so you can find it in the documentation.
All right.
Okay, all right. So understand that and then tomorrow onwards start working.
Sure. All right.
All right. All right, so Cozy, Ambrose, and Umar, if you don't have anything, you all can leave. I'll continue with Prajakta.
Okay, have a great day.
Have a great day. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, and keep me updated with your progress.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you. See you tomorrow. Hi, Prajakta.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Ma'am, you told me to create NPS scale, and I created NPS scale. But when I copy the link in new tab and created a scale, but when I click on number, it is not working. Same problem as when we did that day.
Okay. Okay. Ambrose, do you have anything? Okay, it's fine. Okay.
So what I do now?
Yeah, I understand that problem. So that is something wrong in the code. That is why the scale response is not being recorded. We are looking into it. I have informed Ambrose about it, so he will be looking into it. And by today evening or tomorrow morning, I think it should be resolved. So then, what you can do is this was just for your understanding of what scales are and what we are trying to do with the scales. So the actual usage of scale that is in the editor software. So there is a software that we have. It is called the editor, in which we can create different documents. So you can imagine you use Google document every day. So Microsoft Word and other things. So there you can create documents for yourself. You can add text, images, and other things. So similar to that, we have the editor. And in the editor, what we do is we can create question paper. So in our case, we are taking an example of question paper. So if there is a student, so if I am a teacher and I want to create a question paper for my students for them to answer. So if there is an exam or any other thing. So in that case, I will create the question paper using the editor. So I will create a question and below that there will be space for the student to answer that question. Then later when I want to give them marks for their answer, in that case what I will do is I will use these scales. So if there are 10 questions, so there will be 10 answers that the student is giving. So then to give them marks for these 10 answers, I will use 10 scales. And for each scale, I will select one mark from 0 to 10, and then that will be stored in the database. And then what you saw just now that Umar demonstrated, the evaluation report, that will be the report that will be generated after the student has given all the answer to all the question and the teacher has given marks. So what is the total marks of the student? Then what is the, we also do the Statrix calculation and the normality calculation to study the mean, median and averages of all the marks and the performance of the student. So that is what the main aim of scales is. So what you can do is, like you created a portfolio for scales. Similarly, in the client admin, there is a product called as Workflow AI. So you can create a portfolio for Workflow AI product as well. I taught you on Friday how to create a portfolio. You have to select the um, roles and other things. Do you remember?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So similarly, you create a new portfolio now. And when you are creating that portfolio, you have to select the product as Workflow AI and set the portfolio details. And then when the portfolio is created, you have to go to the product section, click on the Workflow AI product and select the concerning portfolio and click on connect. When you connect to it, after that, you will see a screen where you can create templates, documents, and other things. So from there, then I will guide you how to use scales in the templates. All right?
I think I already created portfolio Workflow AI.
Okay. So can you share your screen and show me if it is working for you?
Okay. 1 minute. Yes, I created.
Select the first part. Go back to the client admin. So, yeah, this workflow. We connect. Okay, great. Okay, can you go to the new section? Yeah, select the second option, template. Every time you start, you have to start with a template. Okay. I'll teach you how to use the scale here. Do you see all the options on the left hand side? So these are all the different types of tools that are available. We have text box, we have image, there is container, table, signature, and other things. So if you want to use that tool, what you have to do is you have to click on it, scroll up, go to top. Yeah. Now you can see there is this P. Yeah. Click on it and drag it inside the white space. Yeah. Okay. So this is a text box. Now you can delete this text and add anything. So say select delete this text. No. Just highlight it and then press backspace. Yeah. Backspace. Now you can add some text. Say question 1. write question 1 inside this box. Question 1. Okay. And so this will be any question that you want to ask the student. Now the student has given, suppose the student has given an answer for this question. Now you want to rate this answer, whatever the student has written. So for that, what you need to do is you need to use a scale. So for that, we will use the scales tool first. So on the left hand side panel, if you see, this text box is saved now. It will be there as it is. On the left panel, yeah, left and down. Okay. So the second last option that you see, yeah, this is for scale. So drag it inside. It will take some time to load. Give it a second. Give it a second. Don't drag again. Don't drag again. Okay. Now you can enlarge that container. Click on the border of that container. Border. It is yellow now. So you can now. No, don't put it inside that box. Keep it outside only. Yeah. And now you can make it little large. Yeah. Increase the size. Go ahead. More. Oh, more. A little more. Okay. You see, there is already a scale inside this. So click on this gray area that is inside this box. No, not that button. Outside that, the gray here. Yeah, click here. On the inside, not inside this, Ajatta, the gray area. Yeah, here. Okay. Okay, on the right hand side, you see the things have changed. No. There is a form that you have. So this is the same form that you used in the scales product for creating scale. You see, everything is same. Horizontal, scale, color, and other things. So from here, what you can do, if you want to change the look of the scale, you can give new values here, like the color and other things you can give here and reload. So the look of the scale would change. So the function is same as what we did in the scales product. So using this editor, what you can do is you can create different document for yourself and scales, and you can use it. So the next thing would be, once after the document is created, you need to do the statistical test. So for the statistical testing, did you discuss it with Anchal ma'am? What are the parameters that you would be studying for this? Did you get my question? So what I'm saying is, on the technical side, you know now how to create a scale. So, but your testing is more of statistical testing. So on statistical testing, if you remember on Friday, I had told you that Anchal ma'am will guide you of what exactly you are supposed to do the testing. So did you?
Actually, my network is actually my network is not working that day, so I did not join.
Oh, you did not join. All right, no problem. So today, what you can do is you can try to use the scales here and see if you are able to create scale and save this template. After saving the template, you can create document as well and use the scale. So then you would know how the scales are working now that you have an idea of the product. So today you can do that, and in the evening when you join that meeting, ask her first, what are the things that I need to keep in mind while I'm doing the statistical testing. And then tomorrow when you join this meeting, we will discuss that, and then I'll guide you how to do it here.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can bring the editor. So once everything, all the scale and other things have been added, you can change the title of the template and you have to save the template. Only then in future you will be able to use it again. Okay? Try doing it, and in that, if you are facing any difficulty, message me. I'll guide you. So you would know how to use the software, because through this software only we will be using the scales in future. So you need to understand the software very well. So once you have understood it, then we will see what statistical testing we need to do. Okay? Okay, alright. Then you can stop sharing your screen. Alright then, Prajakta, you can continue with this. If there's any doubt, ask me, and then we can have a call again if you want, and we'll discuss. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Alright. Thank you then. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.